This is Rap the News. In order to get out from under the delusion, the spells, and the curses that Satan has upon your eyes, you have to focus. You can't be detoured by the people in the comments who are sent by the devil. They sent by the devil. The devil is mind controlling them. It's the reason why you are guided to the page. You have to figure out why you were guided to this page. Why you are guided to this video. And then as you can plainly see, Satan opposes God. Only Satan. Satan used people. Satan used animals. Satan used anything that he can to oppose God. If anything in the Bible is opposing God, then that is from Satan. We have to stop being whitewashed when we know that the Gentiles have infiltrated the Bible. I'm glad that people is starting to step up a little bit and say that. I realize that the Bible has been infiltrated, because we need to see how far the rabbit hole goes down. And so don't let the people or the demons, or the demons sent, in the comments detour you away from the truth that you actually see with your eyes. So 2 Thessalonians 2:4, and it's the same thing. Who opposes and exalts himself above all that is called God? Christ. And I'm not talking about, like I didn't say or clarify yesterday in the video that there are two Christs in the Bible. Why? People need to focus on this one that's the devil, so they can stop following it. This one that opposes God. This one that exalts itself above everything that is God. This one that takes ownership of everything that is God's. He takes ownership of everything that is God. Christians should know. You've been in the religion long enough to know that Christ have taken ownership of everything that is God's. And Christ didn't take ownership before. Meaning that if anything, if you find a momentous change, men have did that. Satan have done that. God don't change. Malachi 3:6. Y'all should know it, man. It's like I shouldn't even have to do a video, but there's some truly ignorant people in this world. I'm going to read directly out of the scriptures. Rap the News didn't say nothing. It ain't my point of fucking view, you stupid monkeys. It ain't my point of view. It's written, dumbasses. Open your fucking unfocused, satanic, blinded eyes and see. Is the Bible false? No. Is Jesus false? No. But the Bible was infiltrated with a false Jesus. And all I'm doing is showing you the false Jesus. The Lord in his holy temple, the Lord's throne is in heaven. Right? And then watch. Looking unto Jesus, when you stop looking unto God, you went astray. You see this stuff and you done saw it so long, you blinded to it. No one is supposed to be looking unto Jesus or up to Jesus. No, you're supposed to be looking unto God, because that's who said it. Look unto me and be ye saved. I'm going to show you that. Isaiah 45:22. Look unto me and be you saved. And see how you got deceived by an infiltrated Christ? Looking unto Jesus, that ain't what God said. Who do you listen to? The infiltration in Hebrews by Paul of Tarsus? Or do you listen to God in Isaiah? If you have any sense, you know who can throw you in hell. Jesus is a fictitious in this sense right here. Watch this. They said, looking unto Jesus when God said, look unto him. The author and finisher of our faith. Jesus is the author of your faith. Do y'all not hear that? God ain't the author. Watch. God sent down the revelations to the prophets. God was supposed to have sent Jesus to preach the Old Testament to you in the New Testament. Right? To remind you of where you were straying at in the Old Testament. Think not that I came to change the law, but to fulfill it. So that's what he's supposed to be doing in the New Testament. This one has took upon himself to be God. For who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame. When God says, my people will never be shamed. I'll say that again. God said it. My people will never be shamed. This ain't got nothing to do with God. And he is set down at the right hand of the throne of God. This one who opposes and exalts himself above all that is God sits down in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. Look unto me, Jesus. Y'all can't see. It is that you can see, but, you know, when you don't want to see, this bothers you. Am I adding or subtracting? No, I'm reading it direct. And I'm showing you things you don't want to see. Why? Because then you have to face the fact that you have been under a delusion bubble all your life. You, your mama, your daddy, your grandparents, and everybody who has been in this Christian bullshit is under a spell of delusions. And 10 times out of 10, your parents and their grandparents then went to hell if they did. Following this shit. I'm only going to read a little, man. Only Satan blocks you from the path of God. Again, when a righteous man doth turn from his righteousness and commit iniquity, I lay a stumbling block before him. What is the stumbling block? Now you can't get to the path of God. You stay on that path that you on until you burn up and go to hell. That's the God we serving. 1 Corinthians 1:2-3 is 1:23. We preach Christ crucified. Again, it matches this crap. Looking unto Jesus. We're not preaching about God. We're not preaching like the real Jesus, his kingdom come. Nah. What is he preaching? We preaching Christ crucified. Unto the Hebrew, the Jew, is a stumbling block. They telling you that it's a stumbling block. But you'll watch. I'm going to say this. White people, you don't have nothing to say about the Bible. I'm just truthfully. Unless you're saying the truth, the absolute truth, God already told you in the scriptures that you don't know him. That you sacrifice the devils. You know, and that all of the gods that you worship to are idols. That's what God said about you. You make yourself look dumb in the comments by trying to correct me. You can't correct the truth. There is no correction for it. It's right there in front of our eyes. God laid the stumbling block, and that stumbling block was Christ crucified. It's plainly and obviously saying that. Again, but we preach Christ crucified unto Jews, which is Hebrews, which is the circumcision. It's a stumbling block. And God placed that stumbling block. Why? Because you turn from your righteousness, you turn from your God, and worship the God of the nations, and y'all know it. Jeremiah 2:11, have a nation changed their gods, which are yet no gods? They idols, they devils, they ain't gods. It keeps saying that. Y'all nations, y'all ain't worshiping God. But my people have changed their glory for that which does not profit. Galatians 5:2. Behold, and he's going to tell you, black people, straight up, I, Paul, say unto you, that if you be circumcised, if you be a Jew, if you be a Hebrew, Christ does not profit you. Christ will not profit you in any way. But look how y'all got his nutsack, huh? Swinging on him, huh? Y'all can't read. Are you of the circumcision? Are you circumcised? Christ ain't profiting you. Are you Hebrew? Christ is a stumbling block to you. But yet y'all continue to pump and promote his name, huh? The same Christ that's taking over the seat of God, saying, look unto me. Right? Exalting itself above everything that is God. Right here in your face. Exodus 20:3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. We can go down to Colossians. And he, Christ, is before all things. Y'all can't plainly see that Christ is exalting himself over your God. Putting himself before your God. No one can get to God except through me. I'm before your God. Before you get to your God, you got to come to me. Y'all good with that? Because y'all going to hell with that. That's the stumbling block. Look unto me and be ye saved, says God, all the ends of the earth, for I am God and there is none else. There ain't nobody else. There's no other God. There's no commander-in-chief besides God. Acts 4:12. Only Jesus has the power to save. The total opposite of God. The same one who keep putting himself in the commander seat. The same one who keep placing himself in front of God. And y'all can't see? Y'all can't see? Or is it you don't want to see? Is it that you want to blame me for telling you the truth? You want to blame me for telling you the truth? It ain't going to sit well with God on Judgment Day when you're looking at the fire. I can skip some. It don't matter because it's so much of it. He going to keep placing himself above God. Somebody says, something's wrong with this channel. Yeah, you own it. That's what's wrong with it. You putting a comment on it. That's what's wrong with this channel. Because ain't nothing wrong with my teaching. It's direct. It's straight. It's the truth. Isaiah 45:23. I have sworn by myself, the word is gone out of my mouth. In righteousness, says God, and shall not return, that unto me every knee shall bow and every tongue shall swear. So you get this vanity devil, Philippians 2:10, that at the name of Jesus every knee shall bow. I'm before God now. Only if they say my name. And then he gonna add more of things in heaven and things on earth and things under earth. Everything around from the beneath the earth to above the earth is gonna bow to me. I'm above God. I'm gonna do it greater. than God. And y'all went for that? I'm going to ask you, when did God actually say in the Old Testament, I am to give my authority to Jesus Christ crucified? The sacrifice for the Gentiles. The sacrifice for the Gentiles. Y'all are deluded. You can't get any help when you want to keep believing the delusion. And I can keep going on and going on and going on. You know, all he's doing is taking God's glory. Isaiah, I am the Lord. That is my name, and my glory will I not give to another. Final. I'm not giving my glory to another. And Jesus answered them, saying, the hour is come that the Son of Man should be glorified. Who opposes God? Jesus is not Satan, Raptor News. You should not say Jesus is Satan. This Jesus is Satan. The one that 2.3 billion Christians is worshiping. That's Satan. And the gods of the nations are idols. And the gods of the nations is devils. Here go your devil, here go your idol, here go your Satan. Watch this. One of you geniuses, instead of leaving small-minded comments, why don't you do a video proving me wrong? Watch this. Everyone who knows, who follows me, watch this. You know that I put out the message to Dow, and you have too. To Watchman Reports, and you have too. To IUIC, GOCC, IPUK, whatever it is, IUPK, something like that. All of them. Guess who's gonna respond? None of them. You know why? Because they all hired by the government. The leaders are. The government to do what? To keep you down with a false god. Your power, says the Bible, all through the Bible, your power is God. Your power is God. By you accepting another, you lost your power. This is Raptor News.